Today, we're diving into 5 intense Netflix relationship dramas and thrillers packed with forbidden attraction, betrayal, obsession, emotional tension, and shocking twists that will seriously keep you hooked. Number 5. My Neighbor's Wife, directed by Jun Lana, 2011. This movie is basically relationship chaos from beginning to end, and honestly, that's what makes it entertaining. The story follows 2 married couples whose friendship slowly turns into emotional confusion, jealousy, temptation, and betrayal. At first, everything feels calm and ordinary, but you quickly realize that nobody in this story is truly happy in their relationship. One thing I actually liked about this film is how natural the emotional tension feels. The characters don't suddenly become reckless overnight. The movie slowly shows how loneliness, frustration, and emotional neglect can push people toward dangerous choices. And that's what makes the story feel believable. The chemistry between the characters also keeps the movie engaging because every conversation feels loaded with hidden meaning. You can feel that somebody is eventually going to cross the line. And when it finally happens, the entire atmosphere changes. The friendships become uncomfortable, trust disappears, and every scene becomes more intense. What makes this movie stand out is the emotional messiness. Nobody here is perfect. Every character makes selfish decisions, and the film doesn't try to make excuses for them. It simply shows how complicated adult relationships can become when communication dies and temptation enters the picture. If you enjoy mature relationship dramas filled with cheating, jealousy, emotional conflict, and uncomfortable realism, this movie definitely deserves a watch. Number 4, Behind Her Eyes, directed by Eric Richter Strand, 2021. Now, this series starts off looking like a normal romantic thriller, but trust me, it becomes something completely different. The story follows a single mother who begins an affair with her boss while secretly becoming friends with his mysterious wife. And from the very beginning, the entire situation feels strange. The husband feels secretive, the wife feels emotionally damaged, and the relationship itself feels dangerous before it even fully begins. That uneasy atmosphere is what makes this series so addictive. Every episode gives you new questions instead of answers. Personally, I think the biggest strength of Behind Her Eyes is the suspense. The show constantly manipulates the audience. Just when you think you understand the characters, another secret appears and changes everything. The emotional drama alone would already make the series interesting, but the psychological elements take it to another level. The performances also help a lot because everybody feels believable. The emotions feel real, especially the loneliness and emotional confusion between the characters. You start feeling sympathy for people you probably shouldn't trust. And then there's the ending. Without spoiling anything, I'll just say this. It's one of the wildest Netflix endings people still talk about online. It completely changes how you view the entire story. Some people loved it, some people hated it, but almost everybody was shocked by it. If you enjoy slow-burn psychological thrillers mixed with forbidden relationships and dark secrets, this series is absolutely worth your time. Number 3, Fatal Affair, directed by Peter Sullivan, 2020. Fatal Affair is one of those movies where one emotional mistake slowly turns into a nightmare. The story follows a married woman who reconnects with an old friend, and what begins as harmless conversation quickly becomes obsession, manipulation, and danger. This movie really captures that feeling of realizing too late that somebody has become emotionally unstable. At first, the relationship seems innocent enough, but the tension keeps building as the obsession becomes more intense and threatening. One thing I personally found interesting is how realistic the emotional vulnerability feels. The main character isn't searching for chaos. She's simply emotionally exhausted and temporarily drawn towards somebody who gives her attention and excitement. But the movie shows how quickly emotional weakness can lead to dangerous consequences. The pacing is also pretty solid because the film wastes very little time getting into the suspense. Once things begin going wrong, the tension keeps increasing until the situation becomes completely uncontrollable. Now, this isn't the deepest thriller ever made, but it knows exactly what kind of movie it wants to be. It's dramatic, suspenseful, emotional, and sometimes intentionally stressful. If you enjoy obsessive relationship thrillers with emotional manipulation and dangerous consequences, this one is definitely entertaining. Number 2, Unfaithful, directed by Adrian Lyne, 2002. Unfaithful is honestly one of the most emotionally intense cheating dramas ever made. Even after so many years, the movie still feels powerful because of how realistic the emotions are. The story follows a married woman whose affair slowly destroys the stability of her marriage and completely changes her family's life forever. What makes this movie so effective is that it never feels exaggerated. The emotions feel painfully human. The attraction feels believable. The guilt feels real. And the fear of getting caught becomes almost unbearable as the story continues. Adrian Lyne's directing style deserves a lot of credit because the movie creates suspense without needing constant action scenes. Sometimes the tension comes from silence alone. A simple facial expression or short conversation can feel more stressful than an entire action sequence in another movie. The performances are also incredible, especially because nobody feels like a perfect person. The movie understands that relationships are complicated. People make emotional decisions they regret, and sometimes those decisions destroy everything around them. Personally, I think this movie stays with people because it feels emotionally honest. It shows how excitement and temptation can completely blind somebody to the consequences waiting ahead. And once the damage begins, there's no easy way to fix it. This film is emotional, uncomfortable, suspenseful, heartbreaking, and honestly unforgettable. Number 1, In the Mood for Love, directed by Wong Kar-wai, 2000. This movie is an absolute masterpiece. Unlike the others on this list, it's not focused on shocking drama or explosive confrontations. Instead, it tells a quiet, emotional story about loneliness, betrayal, and emotional connection. The story follows two neighbors who slowly realize their spouses are likely having an affair together. As they spend more time with each other, they develop their own emotional bond while struggling not to repeat the same betrayal that hurt them. What makes this film so powerful is the atmosphere. Every single scene feels beautiful and emotional. The music, lighting, camera angles, and silence all work together perfectly. Wong Kar-wai creates emotion without needing long speeches or dramatic arguments. Personally, I think this movie captures emotional loneliness better than almost any relationship drama I've seen. The connection between the two main characters feels incredibly real because it's built on sadness, understanding, and restraint. There's also something heartbreaking about watching two people clearly care for each other while constantly holding themselves back. That emotional tension becomes stronger than most loud romantic dramas. This isn't a fast-paced movie, so it may not work for viewers looking for non-stop excitement. But if you appreciate emotional storytelling, beautiful cinematography, and mature romance, this is easily one of the greatest relationship dramas ever made. And that wraps up our list of 5 unforgettable Netflix relationship dramas filled with betrayal, temptation, obsession, and emotional twists. Which movie shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for more movie recommendations every single week.